Good afternoon and welcome to Fraser Park Public Utility District regular planning meeting. Today, Thursday, January 2nd, 2026 at 4:04 p.m. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
liberty.
Thank you. Roll call number A and B. Roll call directors. Director Schoenberg.
Yes. Here.
Director Nyman.
Here.
Director Gibson.
Here.
Director Kelly.
Here.
I'm Director Garcia.
There's
And I'll be chairing the meeting. Okay, number 2, any adjustments to the agenda?
You make a motion? Okay. I move that
Yes, Terry.
we table 14 through 17
We have a motion on the floor.
until they, actually,
We remove it from.
I'll just that. I move that we remove them from the agenda until Johnny puts them back on the agenda.
There you go.
There's a motion
I'll
on the,
second that.
thank you. There's been a motion made and a second. Roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg.
Aye.
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Garcia is an aye. 5-0-0. Motion carried. Okay. Number 3, public comments, if any. Please keep them to 5-minute maximum. Not seeing any, I will move on. Number 4, managers report. Johnny, floor, you have the floor.
Let me see. Yeah. The only thing new is we've been trying to fix as many roads as we can, but we're only fixing it with dirt, with sand that we're getting from the county that's on the side of the road, so it's not, gonna last very long, and people have complained about too many rocks being in it, but we're filling the rust the best we can to, try to help people out, so that we'll continue doing that. Other than that, that's all I got.
Beautiful effort, thank you.
Thank you.
Administrative assistance report. Tiffany, you have the floor.
So Tuesday, 10 a.m., there's gonna be a meeting with the county. Finally, we have it squared away, so D, confirming Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Or what's that for?
The meeting with the county for
Parcel
the
B.
parcel B tank.
Are
So we got that
supposed to be there?
rescheduled? No.
Oh.
The design, me, what was the topic?
The parcel B water take grant,
For replacement.
yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
see.
Thank you.
We can finally get answers from the county as to how much
Excellent.
and all that.
Thank you.
And there was one
Tuesday,
more.
what day?
Tuesday, 10.
Oh, this Tuesday, then.
Thank you.
Parcel
Parcel
B.
B.
And you don't need anybody from the board?
No.
Okay.
You board with us?
Board with the board. I forgot the second one. If I think of it, I'll come back here.
Okay. Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Number 5, standing committee report, accounts payable committee.
We met, and we went through the invoices and we asked Deborah to cut checks and then she gave us our, 1099.
You. State update meeting committee.
We met, we're gonna cover all that in all the other items, so there's no sense in us reiterating it.
Thank you. Number 6, ad hoc committee reports, planning project committee,
We haven't met.
easements and deeds committee,
We haven't met.
rate study committee.
We met, and we will go over that when we get to that
Agenda
item,
Okay.
agenda item.
Thank you. Bond book committee.
We didn't actually meet for any amount of time officially, but we did, Terry and I look, really briefly at the, we now get an invoice from the, federal government for our loan for the payments. And we matched them up to what we have in the, on the sheet and it all matched.
Beautiful
So
work.
that's,
Thank you.
that's a good thing. So, and I guess they're gonna start giving us, all these years we've had this and we never got that before, but now we're getting it. So, yeah, it looks like this. It just, tells us, each of the loans and what the,
Oh, I love
interest
that.
and principal is and how much is still left.
That makes it easy.
It's really easy. And so, like I said, we just compared everything up and everything matched.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah,
Um,
we hadn't been getting those because we wouldn't have had to done that.
It-
It
it
would have been really nice, yeah, we still would have wanted to know if it matches, cause they've made mistakes before too. Yeah, but still. And I checked to see that was actually removed from the bank as well.
That's always very good.
Yeah.
Employee handbook committee.
Haven't heard anything, have you heard anything?
Yes, John, you can update that.
Okay,
Okay, is that on the agenda, handbook thing?
Yeah,
we were submitting it to the lawyer as best I can
Yeah, and the
recall.
lawyer sent it to the HR lady, and I checked with Alan today, and Alan said, I believe he said it'd be ready next week.
Excellent.
DTA is next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did see we paid for something on that.
5-year budget committee.
We haven't established that yet. Oh, no, we established it, so. I didn't have a met. Yeah, 'cause we put you guys on there. First?
Yeah,
I thought it was me. Okay,
no,
we haven't met,
we haven't met. Well, we
Okay.
have to set a time,
yeah.
but I'm gone in February from the 13th through the 23rd.
Is there anything pressing? Do we need to get to it?
No, not really.
So March will be fine when we get back?
I think so.
Okay. Unless anyone else has some other discussion on that? Okay, we'll leave it like that. Thank you. Number 7. Discussion vote on accounts payable and financial information. Deborah,
Good evening, everyone.
you have the floor. Thank you.
Okay. So we prepared one check out of the planning fund, payable to Tom Dodson in the amount of $510. We prepared 11 checks out of the revenue operating for a total of $28,650.30. And there were 3 extraordinary disbursements. Disbursement to JPIA for the employee benefit premium, $13,009.33. Disbursement to BHK for $3,800. And a disbursement to Young Woolridge for $7,579.92. That's all I have.
Any questions from the board?
Pretty good.
It was, yeah, I didn't
I'll entertain a motion to pay our bills.
move that we pay the bills.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Nyman. Aye. Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Garcia is an aye. 500. And carried. Thank you. Okay.
And then
D, I
before,
see you there.
actually, before we go on, can I just say the transfers, or do we care
Yeah.
about the transfers?
Go ahead.
Okay, so, I mean, this is probably the best.
Director
time to
Stoltenberg,
do
you have
that.
the floor.
Okay, so I did make, how many pages is? I read it off of this because it's too confusing looking at it this way. Okay, so I'm just gonna go, I believe it's 5 transfers total. Now that I'm doing treasurer. Okay, so the first one was, revenue operating fund. It went from, it was for the customer assistance grant. We, took money out of the customer assistance grant fund and put it in our revenue operating so that we could pay, $300. So there were 3 of those to 3 different account numbers. So that's being successful. That's the, thing that they apply for if they, can't pay the bills. So 3 people applied and, $300 each, and I transferred that. And then also there was a transfer from, revenue operating, to, FPP Lake of the Woods for $510. That was for Tom Dodson for the invoice that we have. Invoice FP 08110. So that was to, pay him early. And, there was one more.
I think that was it.
Is that it? Okay, I guess that's it. I thought there were 5, but there's only 4. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, D, are we still gonna go into closed session today?
No, no updates, no new updates today. I've got a communication into Mark, Bateman, and, but so far, it's pretty much the same it's been for the last couple of weeks.
Okay, status quo then.
Status
8
quo,
will be
right?
tabled. Okay, moving on.
Excuse
Number
me.
9. Okay, here, Deborah, you have the floor?
May I be
night,
excused?
Deborah.
Do you still need me?
Oh,
No, thank you, Deborah.
Good night.
Have a good
Thank you.
evening.
And Dee, I did have.
Hi, Deborah.
Goodbye, Deborah, thank you. I had a question, but I'll wait on it because obviously nothing has changed, so, but I do for next time, I would like to ask, and I have to remember exactly what the question was, but I do have a question on the other thing that Mark was trying to do besides the settlement. There was something else, but we can talk about that some other time. Because obviously it hasn't, nothing's
Okay.
changed.
Do we need to table it? Do we need to officially table that?
no, we just talked that we didn't need to go into it.
Okay.
Okay, number 9. Discussion vote update on Fraser Park, Lake of the Woods Consolidation Planning Project. A, discuss timeline and budget. Dean.
Changes? No changes.
changes. Okay,
Just that we're gonna be done in, June.
Yeah.
So, that's gonna come quick.
Yep.
So I feel a little hesitant, but
okay, B, discussion vote on development of well number 9 and additional booster tank site properties. C of O and the lot line adjustment.
Well, we have the certificate of compliance done. And we haven't done anything on the lot line adjustment at this point in time. We've got that on our calendar to do. It's gonna take a little bit of coordination with come on,
Yeah.
yes, thank you.
With Jeff and Emily?
Yeah, Jeff,
Well,
Jeff
specifically
French.
because engineer.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do have a question. The certificate of compliance, is that something that's gonna get filed here? Has it been filed? What's the?
The certificate of compliance gets recorded. It hasn't been recorded yet, but anyway, as soon as it is recorded, we'll get a copy to the district. In fact, it should come to the district, I think, as I remember how all that works.
Hey, I got a
Okay.
quick question. The certificate of compliance, that's the final step to acquiring well 9?
Yeah, it's done.
Certificate of compliance due.
The Jeff and Emily were at least talking a while ago. They want to do a lot line adjustment and have that on file so it can be mapped and something they can refer to that's more than just a certificate. So Jeff and I need to get together and work together on that one.
And we did agree that we would do that and pay for it. Because that was part of our agreement for them, letting us purchase the property.
Okay.
Well, we have no idea how much that's gonna cost us.
Do we have any idea, Dee, what the costs are on that?
I would say less than 10,000 and probably quite a bit less. Depends on how much Jeff can help on this, but you know, the lot line adjustment process is one we got to go through with the county. And so that's always a big question mark. How soon are they going to get on it? And what are they going to have us do other than what they've already required in the regulations? So
Basically, we're gonna try to map that for them and then they would need to okay us because it's smaller than the normal lot sizes there, but not a lot smaller.
right, it's and the mapping is done mostly. I think probably the layout in the field will be another thing that we need to do anyway. We get around to actually doing something with that well. And so we'll be doing that and setting some monuments. And when we do that, we've got to file a record of survey. And so that's a little bit another thing that we've got to do along with that. And if Jeff can help us out, then that'll reduce the amount of time that we have to spend on it.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, C. Discussion vote on the MOU.
Lake of the Woods is still waiting to hear back from our attorney.
Thank you. D. Discussion vote on Lake of the Woods projects and consolidation. Where do you?
Okay, on the next grant, the $5 million grant, the 90% specifications and contracts were uploaded to FAST. On well 4, there's nothing new. Blending stations, the sample for nitrates are 2.3. Fluoride is 1.1 for January. Nothing else new on the wells.
Okay. E. Discussion vote on claim 55 and other claims and payouts.
Okay, so claim 55 for board of directors fees, we had $500. We had a staff recovery cost at $90.09. And we had one invoice from D. Jasper and Associates for consolidation engineering work. And that's invoice 25-01218R. And that one totaled $3,561.90. We had a invoice from Tom Dodson and Associates for environmental support work. And that's invoice FP-081-10. And that one totaled $510. Then we had another invoice from D. Jasper and Associates for engineering design work. And that was invoice 25-01217. And that invoice totaled $1,368. So total for claim 55 is $6,029.99.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
because in here, it shows invoice 25-01218R, and it shows the total is $3,534. And on your thing, you have it as $3,561.90. And then the other question, so that's a discrepancy. The other question is on 1212, on this particular one, it says settlement agreement. What is that? What is that settlement agreement for? Because does that have to do with well 8 or was that something else?
That's the settlement, that's what,
Well,
well, 8.
But if that's well 8, then that can't be on this invoice. It has to, we need a separate invoice.
I thought
to
he
us.
took those off. I thought there were 3 things on there. Weren't there 3 things originally on that invoice and Dee redid the invoice?
Yeah,
Because
he
there were
he
3
took
things that
those
needed-
he took those off. I just didn't catch that settlement agreement portion, so if maybe that needs to come off as well. If it has to do with the court case, then it has to be taken off as well.
It does, Carlos.
Okay, so we'll have to remove that 228 then.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know where I got the 3,900 or 3,000. Yeah, it is supposed to be 3534, but now it's got to be
Yeah.
3534 minus the 228.
Okay, well, wait, on the other one for D, there's a page 2. That's where he got that.
Page 2.
It's the copies.
There's copies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a number of copies.
Oh,
There's
okay.
15.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
So that's
Okay.
where-
Yeah,
we-
so it's a 3561.90 minus the 228.
Okay, so we have to, hold on. Okay, 3561.90. Okay, minus 228. So that invoice should be, $3,333.90.
3,000 what?
$3,333.90.
Okay, so then that brings the total to $5,801.99.
5,000 what?
$5,801.99.
Okay.
And I'll get with Devin and get that corrected, Carlos.
Okay, I'll resend these signature forms out later on tonight, and Tiffany can get to them when she has a chance.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we approve claim 55, in the amount of $5,801.99 with the correction of invoice 25-01218R, taking off that one item of $228, which brings it to $3,333.90. So that's my motion.
Motion has a motion has been made. Do I have a second? Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelling,
Aye.
Director Garcia is an aye, 500. Motion carried. Number 10, discussion vote update on well 8 and pipeline replacement project. A, discussion vote on engineering and design.
I've got a message into the state to try to determine where we are on the approval of well number 8's plans. So hopefully this next couple days I'll get a reply. Everything, I think from the standpoint of Ryan, we're pretty much, some minor things that need to be done. It's just Jesse or whoever now is going to be finishing up the plan check. So trying to chase that down.
Okay, thank you. B, Discussion vote on the project application.
The only thing that I see that we had to do is the fiscal form, and I think, Carlos, you were taking care of that.
Yeah, I uploaded it a couple hours ago, so it's ready to go.
Great.
So the fiscal taxpayer. form
Yeah.
is that-
Yes, sir.
And what about the TMF?
That was uploaded a while back.
Okay, but they were questioning that.
Yeah, 'cause
whether
he could, because it was the document was so large that I had to divide it into like 10 different sections to be able to upload it. So he couldn't find the actual TMF assessment form, so I re-uploaded it a few days ago, so he's got that as well.
Okay,
Thank you, Carlos. C, discussion vote on well 8 property acquisition.
we're just waiting on.
We're in a holding pattern, is that it?
On
Holy cow.
settlement talks in March.
Yes, that's correct. Holding pattern right now.
March.
March. Right, but March is just the settlement conference. We don't know what happened.
Number 11, discussion vote on the rate study. A, discussion vote on the rate study report.
Well, me and Terry, Jeffrey had some questions about the SLA and wanted a definition of what the SLA is, so we came in and met as an ad hoc and we answered those questions and sent him an email so that he could finalize his report. We need Tiffany here, but from what I understand, I had a draft that I read, but there's another draft in here
This is the final.
but he apparently made some changes to it, so.
Well, and not just that, Tiffany's gonna tell you guys, but, I had Tiffany email Alan because Jeffrey's basically was not gonna give us the resolution or any of the things that the past rate study people have done. So Alan is looking at it and Alan said, just hold off on whatever until he gets a chance to look at doing the resolution, looking at the rate study itself.
So basically, this rate study, you all need homework to take a look at it, and, we'll be approving this, next, at the beginning, the first meeting in February. So it's kind of pushed back. I mean, we approved the rate structure, but we have to approve the report. And we have, at the same time that we do the report, we have to have, the resolution at the same time. And so, and I'm sure Tiffany can add some things.
I found some mistakes that I'd like to address. Okay,
Director Schoenberg, you have the floor.
Well, you might wanna wait till
Okay.
Tiffany gets back.
Seems to be some motion going on right now. Do you want to take a break? 5 minutes?
No?
she's coming right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some stuff I want to address on the rate study,
Okay,
final document.
I would make notes, give them to me because it's already gonna go through changes again.
Okay, but
So-
I can't bring them up here to have people
I mean,
talk about it.
you can do what you wanna do, but I'm just saying,
Well, 'cause one
it's gonna,
thing's-
that's already changed.
Okay,
I'm
but
good- I'm
one
just
thing's
gonna
a
say, it's
question.
going through
Okay,
so many changes already.
Yeah,
okay.
the draft.
Well,
Yeah.
I just want to bring this up quickly, just make sure that this gets changed. So, the 750,000, where it says there was a mandate to transfer 750,000 into a designated reserve to cover replacement costs for purchases made with the USDA loan, that is not correct. That 750,000 is to cover stuff that is not covered under our USDA, reserve account. So the capital reserve is not, something that was mandated by the USDA. That's something that we've done on top of the replacement cost. So it's just written incorrectly, and I'd like to get that fixed.
What page?
That's on the second page under current rates.
Who's the author of that document?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
So page 2?
Page 2, under current rates, it talks about why we're doing that 750. It's not correct.
Okay, because we didn't make purchases with it.
And
Well, it is saying there's all,
Yeah.
basically, it is well.
It's not
into a
correct.
Designated, it should say, it's designated as a replacement account
it's
for,
stuff not covered under the USDA loan because it's not for the replacement. That's not going into the replacement. That's a whole separate account that for anything that we cannot borrow from the replacement fund for.
no,
Yes, the capital improvement.
no, we're not talking about, we transferred the money out of the capital into the replacement fund. So the replacement fund is for,
Okay.
what is the replacement fund for? Lisa?
No, the 750,000 that we're supposed to be setting aside,
Okay,
he said there was a mandate to transfer
it
750,000.
needs to be probably reworded, but he's probably looking at the fact that we took the 750 from our
Okay,
capital
so he's talking
improvement,
about that.
and it went into the replacement fund. And
That
so
probably needs to be specified
so
better.
it needs to be reworded because the money in the replacement fund is for things the USDA fixed to,
Well, that's mandated by the USDA for
Right,
us to
right,
set aside.
right.
But then he's calling it capital improvement, so it's a little, yes, it needs to be reworded. It's not worded well. It's confusing, because we separately set aside not 750, but 650, right? To go into the CIP as part of our rate
Well,
study
he's
over
saying
5
because we
years.
took it out, what he's saying is because we took it out, it's us not having sufficient reserves to address capital improvement.
Okay, yeah, the wording is, I think, problematic. I mean, there's some other, I guess I should wait and see what he changes stuff to, but we're gonna be able to address this one more time before we take a vote on it.
Well, we're gonna vote, the vote's gonna come the next meeting. So I think that, if you wanna reword it, we should reword it.
Well, then we need to discuss all of it now.
Well, if
So
you
you're-
could write it down, because I can't just tell him.
But we're discussing on a document that's been changed again, so I need the document as it currently stands so that I can write something.
But I'm sure that he probably didn't change that.
Possibly, yeah.
No, he changed something to do with well 8. But I don't know what else he
And-
changed.
And then I just had some,
And then the attorney's gonna comment on it.
I had some
Oh, yeah, so then
additional.
it's not gonna be ready in 2 weeks.
It'll be ready in 3 weeks. Oh, yeah. I'm hoping. That's the goal, is to
Next planning
have the
meeting?
attorney, so I already sent it to the attorney, the newest version. He's gonna review it, make any comments or changes he needs to make. Have that done, as well as the resolution paperwork ready by February 12th.
Okay, well, can it also be sent to the rate study people so they can at least address it before and then, cause I don't know
Well,
what.
I've been giving it to them as it comes in. It
Okay.
just, he sent it today, I printed it, and then he resent it again. It was just a timing thing, that's all.
Well, I think,
But
I think-
everything's gonna get copied.
but I think you should write something, Lisa, and
But I
How-
can't write something if it's not the current, I would like to see the current
Um,
copy.
nothing,
Right,
that didn't change, Lisa, in the most current one. The only thing that changed was minor edits, but I had him change one section that he put down that Fraser Park was serviced by 2 wells, 5 and 6, and there was no issues.
good, because I have an issue with that as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said there was no issues with those wells, and I told him, well, actually there is an issue with well 5.
Good,
That's why they try to replace it with well 7, which was a failure. So he kind of took that out and he just put that you guys are trying to get well eight in there to help out the system. But,
Right. 'cause we
if you
had
guys
this
want to change it
fortunate-
further, that's fine, but, just, take a look at it and try to get all the changes in one shot.
Okay, cause that was my other big beef, cause it says everything's great, no supply problems.
Yeah,
So
I told
wasn't-
him that he needed to change that because it wasn't, the wells 5 and 6 weren't trouble-free, so.
Okay, and this newest one, I haven't read all of it, so I have no idea, so, cause I just got it today, so I've read the other one, but. So I'll look over stuff and. I guess, I can't even give it to the rate study people, so I guess I'll just,
I'll give it to Tiffany.
yeah. give it
Cause,
to
cause I'm
Tiffany.
okay with, I trust what your edit of that.
But if we then have changes based on that, isn't that still I
Yeah,
mean, if
Well,
you
we
give it to
can-
me, it's a serial meeting and I make changes, right?
No, cause
No,
she's
you're
not gonna
giving
give
them
it
to
to
me.
me. Cause they're not gonna give it to us.
Yeah, just the final draft will,
The final draft's
Goes
gonna
in
show
here.
up in the meeting, and so,
after,
yeah, everybody's
after
gonna get
her
comments.
edits and stuff too?
Her edits, the attorney's edits. Any other edits, there's gonna have to be a final draft.
But I can't see
Okay,
I guess I can be sent the new one as long as I don't discuss it with you guys, so.
that's what I'm saying.
Anybody can get
I
a
don't
copy
see how
of
it's gonna
anything.
happen on the first. The first. We can look at it the first, but I don't know how we can approve it.
Well, I'm hoping
y'all
it'll
sit
be
there.
done in time to have
I
everybody
know.
look at it,
I
but
know.
if it isn't, then it is what it is. We can only go as fast as we're given the information. And I still think everything will be done in time for that July 1st. Our first deadline is July 1st.
so, one thing that he needs to change is that where he talks about capital, SLA, short-lived assets, lasting, he said less than 5 years. He
Yeah,
needs
but
to
I don't-
change that to 15 years. Because I looked it up under the USDA, because we gave him which I'm assuming he's adding the definition, because he asked us for a definition, and we gave him, here, let me just read you what we
where's
sent him. Hold on, I'll
I
get
don't
the
even know if that's
email.
in here.
Can you also double confirm that under the USDA?
Well,
Yeah, so
I looked it up online.
Good.
It
Okay,
was online, so
excellent.
it said up to 15 years,
Yay.
but, hold on just a second. Okay, sent, when you see sent. Okay. Here. Okay, here's what I said, that this is what we gave to Jeffrey. One, we have a total of 332 connections. We expect to have 1,300 active connections at any given time. Don't integrate locked out connections for future years. It will fluctuate, so stick with 1,300 connections at all times. Because it's, we have lock offs and then, so he was asking, to change that. Then it's a definition of SLA. And this is what I told him. A short-lived asset is a resource that needs to be replaced within 10 to 15 years, specifically components with a much shorter life than a main project, which requires separate replacements such as pumps, computers, trucks, boosters, tools, etc. 3, and then a list of SLA's upcoming purchases within 15 years. 3 trucks, water buffalo, 7 computers, 2 2-inch trash pumps, 2 3-inch trash pumps, 4 pressure reducing valves, and 12 booster pumps. Okay, and then it said 4, disregard vehicle mandate purchases. It hasn't been established as law yet, so he needed to take that out. That was in there.
Is it still in there?
I don't know.
Because we haven't read the whole
I-
new one that he sent, which has now been redone.
Well, yeah, because we have another 3 weeks and he just sent that. Like just sent that. say?
Well, I hope he took it out because I told him to disregard it. And, then I put urgency for CIP within 5 years is Elm Tank. Parcel B tank is currently under review for grant funding from the county. I said, we're going to stay with the rates we approved at last board meeting. Thank you for all your hard work.
Love that. Good job.
So that's,
Where we stand right now.
yeah, let me, I think, okay, so that was that. Let me see what page that was on, so we can maybe look.
The SLA is on page,
No,
And he might,
Three.
it might be good if he puts
Page
page
three.
numbers
page
on
3,
here.
right,
and the reserve and loan funding.
okay, so it's under reserves.
Yeah,
Let's see what, if he's changed
at the
that.
bottom, he did. But reserve it, and I don't like the fact that he's saying that we did this transfer thing. And that it was right.
What are you talking about?
The 750,000.
750, because that's also
It's
on page
confusing.
3.
Well, that's,
It's just highly confusing. It has
The
nothing
reserve and expenses, that has nothing to do
to
with
do with anything.
We made that, to put that in mostly because of the other issue. With Lake of the Woods.
I love the way the whole thing's worded.
What did you say, Director Gibson?
The rate study, I like the way the whole thing's worded. You know,
Like
it's kind
the
of
way the
gentle.
You like it?
I'm sorry, what?
You like it? You wouldn't change anything?
I don't know about the financials too part, but I like the wording because it's gentle. But do
So
we
what
need
is
to
it?
raise it that much? Of course we do.
Okay.
so on
But
that
when
page.
you're arguing about, you know, it being wrong
ahead.
with the crosstalk, I can't hear.
Are you done?
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
So it says, in addition, clarification in reserve requirements mandated by USDA resulted in 750,000 being restricted for capital improvements.
But it wasn't.
Well, it's maybe it's how it's worded, but it's related to the USDA loan.
Yes, but it wasn't a mandate from the USDA.
Well, you know what? It is a mandate because we didn't have enough into the replacement fund originally, because we had misinterpreted the grant. And so in order to satisfy the terms of what they said, we moved that money over to the replacement fund, which restricts it.
I mean, it's correct under number 3. It says USDA replacement fund mandated reserve accounts, that's fine. By USDA to replace parts paid for by USDA loans. These funds are inaccessible for general use. So that is correct. The reserve account is also reserves for collateral until loans are paid. That's fine, not available for general use. So that's correct. Pre-USDA is correct. Cannot be, although this source is used as a last resort and cannot be replenished, we have been replenishing it because it's not really, it's a balance that we're not, I mean, I think that's worded incorrectly, number 1. And then the capital improvement reserve account for capital improvement on non-USDA, so that's fine. Capital improvement SLA is fine, and he says 10 to 15 years in here
Yes,
now.
now he does, yeah.
So, and then the distribution system emergency reserve is fine. That's, that looks good. And then the USDA payment fund is, that looks correct and accessible for use. And so, but in that total of 733,000, is he including that 39,000 he says is in our balance for the payment fund? Because that's just an overage that we're keeping in there in case they miscalculate or we miscalculate. But I don't think that that should be included in that 733,000. And I didn't add it up. Did anybody add that to see if he's including it? I think he might be. Let me add it.
He's just saying that 39,000 is inaccessible.
Right, but then he's got an added amount, and I want to make sure that that total is, well, this is. 128, 733.22 plus 158.
I mean, we could add on that other page, you could say, in addition, a clarification in reserve replacement requirements mandated by the USDA resulted in $750,000 being restricted for capital improvements related to a USDA loan. I don't think that that's incorrect, but if you put replacement in there, that kind of clarifies it some more. Unless you want to reword it differently.
Well, this doesn't make sense because if you add this, he's not even including that amount he's saying that's available, 733,000 in case of an emergency is not correct. I can't come to that when I add it. I can't come to his 733. Let me try that again. 258.
He's probably
417.
Well, the reserves account,
okay. No, he's not using that. He's probably using the general. I would assume it's the general fund,
It should be those four, but it didn't add up correctly.
the
when I did it,
capital
but maybe I'm-
improvement reserve, and the
SLA.
SLA, and probably the distribution.
Okay, yeah, he didn't include the fund, so that's good. Okay, it is
Right.
correct. I just, something.
Yeah, so he's doing those three accounts,
Somewhat
the
weird.
distribution, the SLA, and the capital improvement.
Yeah, so that's correct.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, we good?
so what do we want to do on that? How do you guys want to?
He's saying the new rate structure is gonna take effect on April 1st, 2026.
That's what he wants. That's why he's trying to push. That's why we're trying to
I
push,
know,
push,
but I don't
push.
see how we're gonna do that.
That's what
Well,
I'm
now
saying.
it's not gonna happen.
That's why I'm saying. But he wants this done by April 1st.
Well,
No, well, that changed because once we weren't able to pass it today, it wasn't gonna be within
It's
the
not gonna
April 1st
happen.
deadline. No. That deadline changed.
Probably
Well, then
push
he's gonna
out
have to
the,
change that. too.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna push out to May 1st.
At least.
and then what are these 122? Currently, FPPUD has 122 items listed for capital improvement at a cumulative value of 22,331
22
and
million.
22,331,87. What are those?
Those-
122
You didn't
items?
send him a list of 122 things. I know you didn't.
Well,
I
maybe,
mean, Johnny gave us a
This
list of
can't be
tanks
right.
and some,
well, no, I think he's probably going off of the, what we
All
gave
of our
him
assets.
off the asset list.
But that's not all slated. Not every asset is slated to be replaced by 200,000 through June 30th, 2028, which is SLA, not because he's talking about SLA stuff. He probably needs to distinguish that from or I guess because he added them together, I guess he's saying out of that 733,000. 600,000 for capital improvement in the next 5 years, but didn't we say 650,000?
Well, we said,
Yeah, but when you calculate it out,
but when he
do it
calculates,
out.
because it's actually a 4-year rate increase, because this year is already done.
Got
And
it.
you can't change it, because if you do that, then we have to give them a budget 26, 20, 20, 25, 20. No,
Yeah,
26, 26, 27, and then that would go out 5 years, which would push it out another. And we've already done the rate study, giving him last year's, though we weren't able to get this done in time. So that's why we're at where we're at.
That's why he's wanting to do it on April 1st, so his numbers would be right, because if we change it, go out an extra month, that means, okay.
It goes into the new funding year.
Right, and his numbers won't be right, and so then he's like, well, now I gotta redo it all. Because the numbers aren't right.
But really, we should have redone it anyway, because it really should have started with 26, 27. So it really should have been 26, 27, 27, 28, you know.
Yes, because we got started way late.
Right.
But it's too late at this point. It is, I mean, he has no more hours. And I mean, our original plan was to start January.
Yeah, but it took forever.
Well,
And a lot of that was because he wouldn't get started on it soon enough. I mean, we kept bugging, when are we gonna get started? When are we gonna get started? And now it's like this.
Yeah, but you can't get started on it when you don't have the funding to do it.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but it was still,
And they didn't really give much funding because he's out of money now.
yes. And so. So we're gonna have to do the rates. And it doesn't matter if it goes 2 years or 3 years, those are gonna be our rates. And then we'll have to figure out what we're gonna do after that.
do we wanna change? While we're here, why don't we change a couple of these things and give it to Tiffany so it can already be changed?
But instead of taking time during the meeting, you can go over it and then just give it to me next week or Monday. Then you're not rushed. You have
Well,
the
I mean,
weekend
at this
or-
point,
He has everything we discussed so far because it's on the recording.
Well,
right, but I'm
hopefully it wasn't,
this one line that Terry said.
wasn't very clear. It was just, yeah.
I want this one changed, like however you want, because the only thing that I would add in there was reserve replacement requirements. The one that says, in addition, a clarification under revenue and expenses,
On what page?
Page 2, 3,
page 3, I guess.
the third page.
Says, in addition, a clarification in reserve requires mandated by the USDA resulted in $750,000 being restricted for capital improvements related to a USDA loan, which is true. But I think you need to, maybe we put reserve replacement requirements. Because that's what that account is.
In addition, a clarification on reserve requirements mandated by USDA resulted in 750,000 being restricted for capital improvements related to a USDA loan. So what did you want to change that to?
Well, I wanted to change,
Account?
a clarification in reserve replacement requirement. I wanna add the word replacement, because that clarifies it
You
more.
could just say in the replacement fund mandated by the USDA. Because that is the name of the fund, USDA mandated that we have reserve and
Perfect.
replacement.
So what do we wanna say?
In addition, a clarification in the replacement fund requirements mandated by the USDA resulting in 750,000 being restricted for capital improvements related to
a USDA.
the USDA loan, because it's actually multiple loans, because the replacement fund has both loans, all the
Related
loans. in it.
to the,
Because the replacement fund is all three loans.
okay, is everyone okay with that wording? You got that, Tiffany?
We'll go with that, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna say, in addition, a clarification
Yeah.
in the reserve, in the reserve replacement
Replacement.
fund.
Not reserve, just replacement fund, because if you say
Okay.
reserve, it's
Okay.
confusing because there's reserve funds.
Right,
So-
okay, so take that reserve word out. So we're gonna say, in addition, a clarification in the replacement fund requirements mandated by USDA resulted in 750,000 being restricted for capital improvements related to the
USDA loans.
loans. Yeah, make that plural, loans.
Good job. Okay. You said?
Yeah, and that other one, you can give whatever you wanna, however you wanna reword that, on the page 2.
I think you can word it the same way. It's not a reserve, there was a mandate, there wasn't a mandate, there was a transfer of 750,000 into the replacement fund to cover replacement costs
Designated
for
replacement.
purchases made with a USDA
You
loan.
can leave the word,
Loans.
you can leave the word, there was also a mandate to transfer 70.
There wasn't a mandate.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
There was a requirement. There was,
No, it should say exactly the same thing because that really spells it out. There was a misinterpretation, including from the USDA. So the second one is worded well. It says, a clarification in requirements mandated by the USDA. It could say exactly the same thing it's saying in the next, or he could just leave it out there. I don't even know why he needs to put it twice. I think he could just leave it out.
so just get rid of,
And instead of saying this has resulted in FPPUD not having sufficient reserves, it could just say FPPUD does not have sufficient reserves to address capital improvement needs over the next 3 to 5 years. I mean, that's not just because we transferred money, that money's for stuff that needs to be replaced anyway.
okay,
But no
so,
matter what, we wouldn't have had enough, even if we had 2 million in there, we
Well,
wouldn't
I
have
know that.
enough.
okay, so we'll delete, Tiffany, have them delete that thing about the mandate on the second page.
Completely, and that this
Completely,
has
and then
resulted.
say, then get rid of the resulted,
Yeah,
and just say FPPU
Does
does
not
not
have
have
sufficient,
sufficient reserves to address capital improvement needs over the next three to 5 years.
yep, that's fine.
So starting with there was also, just get rid of that. sentence.
Yeah.
That whole sentence.
Yeah, because he repeats it on the next page.
Okay, so I have the 2 written changes. Is there more?
Yeah, but I haven't
Are
read
they,
this whole thing.
There's, oh, and you said he changed, they addressed it the wells, right?
Yeah.
Where they're gonna address that. And then they're gonna, on the next page, they're gonna, the April 1st date's gonna be changed. Whatever.
Feel better? Got that, get the hospital. There's your facility.
So that starts with assumptions paragraph. The new rate structure will take effect.
Yes,
Okay.
Mhm.
yeah,
And then, the 122 items, I mean, that sounds like you gotta replace everything. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, and
I don't know.
I also have an issue under this rate structure proposal, because he basically says this new structure he has will have the FPPUD have sufficient cash for upcoming capital improvement projects. That's not true. There's no way we're gonna cover but it will help to cover maybe one tank if we're lucky.
Yeah, well,
So I don't like
Depends on
that
if
it
it's built
says
it
we're
now,
gonna have,
maybe.
I don't like that it says we'll enable to have sufficient cash, because last time we tried to even do one tank when we were up at 1 million something, we couldn't do it.
no,
It was too much. So I don't know how we would reword that, but certainly this structure will enable FPPD to have sufficient cash now.
what page are you on?
I'm on the page that has rate structure proposal.
Okay.
I don't know what page it is because he needs to number the pages. I don't.
Can I just say increased cash or more cash for a project?
This structure will enable FPPUD to put into reserves additional cash to help with upcoming capital improvement projects.
All right, you're gonna have to say it again.
This structure will enable FPPUD to have additional cash to help pay for upcoming capital improvement projects, but there's no way that it's not gonna be, we can pay for stuff not covered through grant sources. We still rely almost exclusively, unfortunately, on grants. Having increased reserves is a sign of financial stability, that's fine. Healthy reserves demonstrate the ability to sustain the overall system, which is fine. So it's just not gonna, I don't wanna give the town the impression that once, because they'll be like, well, you raised it.
And you said you
4 years ago, and you said that would be sufficient. Now you're raising it again? No, it's not even close to sufficient. It's just like a drop in the bucket, but at least it'll help a little bit. And it helps us look, help show that we're making sure that we have what we can do reasonably.
Well, that we're trying to be fiscally responsible.
Responsible, right, but there's there's so much that needs to be improved, there's no way we could cover it. And then that 122, whatever page that's on, that needs to go away.
That's the
That is
previous-
just not even.
That's the previous one, yeah,
What page, Terry?
the
The
previous.
page before where it says reserves.
Yeah, it says reserves.
And currently, we have 122 items listed for capital improvement at a cumulative value of 22 million. That's. I don't think that that's correct. I think it just needs to say currently FPPUD. I don't know how he could do that cumulative value. It's anticipated that FPPUD will pursue funding opportunities to address needs wherever possible. Maybe he just needs to have that, something, and not how much 22 million is not gonna happen.
He could put down currently, we have certain items that need to be
Addressed right away.
right away, but not 122.
Maybe it needs to say that we're working on a structure to address the most,
Urgent,
urgent items as soon as possible. But, 22 million, where's that gonna come from? We're never gonna sock away 22 million. That's not gonna happen. So of course, that has to be addressed by grants.
Okay, so do you have a rewording for me right now?
Who wants to reword it?
currently has,
I would get rid of the 122 items completely
Oh,
and the
yes.
value.
and the
So
value.
I would,
yes,
I would just say currently FPPUD
Is working.
is implementing a structure to cover the most urgent replacement demands.
Wait, hold on.
Currently, FPPUD is implementing a structure to help cover the most urgent replacement demands. It is anticipated that FPPUD will pursue funding opportunities to address these wherever possible, whenever possible. We've chosen to set aside funds as follows, and then that's fine.
Terry, was there another one that you had, or? I can't remember if, no, I thought there was something that.
There,
And Broma, the definition of the SLA, did you not?
Yeah, no, it was.
he fixed it in
Okay.
here.
He
That
fixed
looked
it.
okay.
Right, it was just the years, but I think he's gonna add, I would assume that he asked me for the definition, I would assume he would put it in there, but.
Well, he kind of did.
He sort of did, but at least it does say the 10 to 15 years, which I think is correct.
Yeah, cause what he did say was less than 5 years,
Yeah.
so that has to be changed.
But it's changed in here. It doesn't say less than 5 years anywhere now that I
No.
can see.
Oh, new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
On the newest one that we have. It's not the
Right.
new one, but
Well,
it's,
yeah, I know.
yes.
Mm.
He says, yeah, as defined as assets that must be replaced every 10 to 15 years.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
So, and then we already addressed the issues, Carlos did with wells 5 and 6.
Six,
Like that
yeah.
whole production and consumption
Yeah.
section needs to be reworded, but Carlos already addressed that with us.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
think,
The portion that I addressed with him is I just told him that not to put down that the wells were
are in
perfectly
good
fine.
working condition, yeah.
So he just kind of erased that and he just put, you guys get your water from wells 5 and 6, and then there's plans to drill well 8 when funding becomes available.
And that we're not using the springs, it's fine because we're not.
Yeah, it doesn't say that you're using the springs.
Well, it says it in this one. I mean, it says that we're not using the springs in this one. It says Monte Vista
It
is
says
an
we're not
act-
using them because of health, right? Oh, sorry. I'm
Yes,
just gonna stay quiet.
No, that's correct, Director Gibson, but, because of health, production issue, they don't let us pump enough they don't let us acquire enough out of them. And there were some issues with, the vaccines, right?
yeah.
I mean, I think that's the majority of stuff without reading this word by, line by line.
The process of the 218 and.
Hey, Dee, you can go home if you want.
I was wondering whether or not you were done with me. If you are, I'll,
Yeah, there's nothing more left on the agenda that requires you to be here. I mean,
okay.
we're just finishing up this rate study thing.
Unless he needs to be here for 13, ending the moratorium.
No.
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he does.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't believe so, but okay, I could explain to you why I added that, but all right, you
Okay.
can stay on there.
I
that's
appreciate the
helpful.
thought, Brahma, for sure. I'll just, I've got some other things. I'm just listening in. So.
Yeah,
I've got
I
some-
just would like to get your input. Well, I may not need it once I hear what Johnny has to say, but
But yeah,
just reading it without hearing what Johnny has to say, I
Stay on
don't.
topic.
Okay,
I'll
just
just
so
be
we need
listening
to
in.
also fix the part under assumptions that says the new rate structure will take effect. Because he's to fix that.
Yeah, we already,
I know, but Tiffany's wanting everything to write it down. And it says here, there will be minimal adverse conditions to make conservation mandatory, but we do have mandatory conservation, so I don't know. We have mandatory conservation in place. We have levels of mandatory. So I don't think that's
kind of
correct
on the
either.
agenda. What page are you on?
Under assumptions, it's that same page where it says
page
April
3.
1st.
Page 3, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, page 3.
no, it's 4. Page 4.
Oh, it is 4, okay.
He needs to label the numbers on the page. I will say that again. So at the very bottom of page 4, it says there will be minimal adverse conditions to make conservation mandatory. I don't believe that that's yet. We currently have in place conservation
Yeah, what level
measures.
are we on, Johnny? For the conservation?
We're on the highest.
We're,
We're on the highest
we
right now.
tabled that, which we may need to look at, but right now I don't think he needs to say what level we're
No,
on, but I
No,
think he
but-
does need to say that we have put into place a structure for mandatory conservation.
And the thing is we don't know over the next 3
We
years
have no idea, yeah.
what conservation things we may have to come up with.
Yeah,
If well 5 goes down and we don't have 8, we may have to be conserving all kinds of stuff.
yeah, when it comes to something like this, you only state what we know, what we didn't know now. Not what could happen in an emergency
Right.
situation.
Okay,
You done? You done, Lisa, or are you still working?
I mean, that's what without like going line by line, yeah, I think that's the
And
gist
you've
of
got
it.
some changes on
And he's got,
Tiffany. You've got some written changes that the board.
then he's got other
requested-
changes,
requested.
yeah.
Thank you. Okay, going to B. Discussion vote on the date for the public hearing.
We can't do that yet. We were going to, but now,
Let's table it then.
yeah, it'll have to be
it'll be next meeting.
next meeting.
Okay, number 12, discussion vote on the employee handbook.
We've
We're
Table
still
that.
waiting. Go ahead, Johnny.
Towards the end of next week, we're supposed to have it back, so we're gonna table it until we get it, and we need to.
Look
review it.
at it.
Okay. And,
And that money, that money that we paid out, that was for that person who's additional to the, to
So it's still,
our.
I'd never seen the invoice.
Okay. Sorry.
Number 13, discussion vote on ending the moratorium on new water connection.
Yeah, I think instead of just doing a blanket moratorium, because we have so few people that even requested anyway. Since we're charging standby fees for the ability to join the system, if they should want to, I don't think we should do, and this has been brought to my attention by members of the public, we should just remove the moratorium and do like we've always done and judge every request on a case-by-case basis. So there should not be a moratorium on it.
Right.
It's just a case-by-case basis.
And I know you had said that, and I remember Dee having a potential issue with us okaying anyone to,
Again,
Add
we
to the
would do a
system?
case-by-case basis on any that come up. It rarely ever happens, and when it does happen, nobody actually wants to pay the money.
to
to
go
build
through
it.
the
So it's
whole.
better to not call it a moratorium and just do it a case-by-case basis.
Right,
I agree with that.
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay, so I make a motion that, we, remove the,
Quote unquote
the
moratorium.
quote unquote moratorium on new water connections and that we deal with each, new water connection on a case by case basis,
As done in the past.
as we have done in the past.
I'll second that motion.
Motion has been made and seconded on the floor. And roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Hi.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Garcia is an aye, 5-0-0. Motion carried. We had previously tabled 14, 15, 16, and 17. We'll move on to 18. Review and approve meeting minutes for January 15th, 2026, state update meeting.
I'll make a motion that we approve the state update, standing, committee, meeting for Thursday, January 15th, 2025. With
2026.
January, oh yeah, it would be 2026.
You?
That's a typo. With any of the amendments that were sent to Tiffany previous to and after the meeting, as well as any additional amendments for typos or other errors that may have not been caught, that we may need to be corrected.
I'll entertain a second.
I'll second that motion.
Motion has been made and seconded on the floor. And we'll take a roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg.
Aye.
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Abstain.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Garcia is an aye. We have a 4-0, 1 abstention. Motion carried. Number 20.
19.
19.
Oh, excuse me. Number 19, discussion vote on reforming the AP Standing Committee.
Currently, Director Kelling and Nyman are on that, which leaves the treasurer out. We want to, Director Nyman wants to step down and add the treasurer, who is Director Schoenberg, to that. So it will be Kelling and Schoenberg.
I make a motion.
Is that, wait a minute. Is that, acceptable to Director Schoenberg?
Yeah, I already stood
Schoenberg.
in for this last one.
Okay, thank
So-
you. Just checking.
I make a motion that, we change the, AP Standing Committee, we're removing myself and putting the treasurer, Director Schoenberg on, the new committee.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion has been made and seconded. I was on the floor. And roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg,
Abstain.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Abstain.
Director Garcia is an aye. So we have 3-0, 2 abstentions. So the motion carried. Thank you. Number 20, discussion vote on forming and or dissolving any ad hoc committees that are currently in place.
I think we're good.
Okay, not seeing any. I'll move along. 21, discussion vote on future agenda items. I think we've collected those along the way.
Yeah, I just have one, Director Gibson, right now you're on the quarterly financial committee. And the next meeting that you're scheduled for February 5th. So just keep us posted, because of course you're on that committee, so you're welcome to attend, but if you're not able, just kind of let us know and then we can get a stand-in if needed.
And what time is that?
I will. I'll talk to Terry. No.
Okay,
Or what time is that?
sounds
Do you
good.
know?
11.
The one?
That's the Tuesday, right? February 5th is the Tuesday.
I think I'm ready to, come back. I think I can do it.
Yay.
Sorry, it's the first Tuesday. Okay, it's February 3rd, Becky.
That's great news, Director Gibson. Glad to hear it.
Thank you.
3rd.
February 3rd.
Yeah, so February 3rd.
Okay, number 22. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded. We'll call it directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Garcia is an aye, 5-0, motion carried. We are adjourned at 5:22. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate your input.
Good night.
I'd like to apologize for my ignorant statement. Okay? Thank you.
Huh?
I don't know what
you.
you're talking about, but okay.
Good night, Dee.
Good night.
I made a dumb statement during the rate study,
No, you
and
didn't.
so I'm
Oh,
sorry
you're
and
fine.
embarrassed.
So she, had PP. this
Good night.
morning. She had two